Okay, this video tutorial looks at the mathematical strand of linear and non-linear relationships, and more specifically we're going to focus our understanding on exponential equations. So exponential equations are simply equations in which an unknown or a variable is part of the index or the exponent. Right? And to solve exponential equations, we need to try and rewrite both sides of the equation so that the same base number occurs. And this will allow us to equate the indices. So for example, you can see in our little equation here, both sides of the equal sign have a base number of a. If they've both got the same base number, then simply the indexes must equal each other. So we're going to do a few example questions where we rewrite the equation so that we have the same base number on both sides of the equal sign. So in this particular case, so if we look at a, we've got 2 to the power of x and we've got 16. Now 16 is actually 2 to the power of 4. Since we've now got a base number of 2 on each side of the equal sign, we can simply say x must equal 4. In our next example, we have 3 with a power of x plus 2, and that's going to equal 27. Now 27 is actually 3 to the power of 3. So therefore, x plus 2 must equal 3, and therefore x must equal 1. In our third example here, we've got 2 with an x take 2 as a power, and that's 1/8. Now 1/8 is actually 1 over 2 to the power of 3. So therefore, 2 to the power of x take 2 must equal 2 to the power of negative 3. Therefore, x take 2 must equal negative 3, and therefore x must equal 5. X must equal negative 1. In our last example, we've got 5 times 2 to the power of x equals 20. Now the first thing we want to do is divide by 5 on both sides. That'll leave 2 to the power of x equaling 4. We know that 4 is 2 to the power of 2, and therefore x will equal 2. Here are some practice questions I'd like you to have a go at. Please feel free to pause the video and have a go at them. Once you think you've got the questions correct, continue the video and we'll see how you went. Okay, so in our first question we had 2 to the power of x is equal to 32, which is actually 2 to the power of 5. So therefore x equals 5. In our second question we had 3 with the power of x take 2 is actually equal to 1 over 9, which is the same as 1 over 3 to the power of 2. And therefore 3 to the power of x take 2 is equal to 3 to the power of negative 2. Therefore we can say that x take 2 is equal to minus 2, and that gives an answer of x equaling 0. In our last question we needed to divide by 6 on both sides. That would leave 3 to the power of x equaling 9. We know that 9 is 3 squared, and therefore that gives us an answer of x equaling 2.